CBSE Class 10 Math video solution to the sample paper given by the board for the board examination to be conducted in 2021. This is a basic version of the paper. The last question in the sample question paper, it's a statistics question, 5-mark question. We'll have to compute two things. We need to compute the median and second the mean. What we have been given is a cumulative frequency table. Let's get started. Formula, if you know, the question gets a little difficult only from the calculation perspective. It takes time to do the calculation. Otherwise, if you know the formula to compute the mean and the median, straightforward in terms of a concept. A survey regarding the heights in centimeters of 51 girls of class 10 of a school was conducted and the following data was obtained. Find the median height and the mean using the formula. We know it's a cumulative frequency table for the simple reason less than 140, less than 145, less than 150. That is the information that's given to us. So step one, what we'll do is we'll basically convert this from a cumulative frequency table into a class interval table, right? Let's get that done here, right? Less than 140 is 4. That's a cumulative frequency table that is given. Now, less than 145 is equal to 11. Less than 140 is 4. Less than 145 is 11. So between 140 and 145, between the number of girls would have been 11 minus 4. 4 of them are having a height which is less than 140. When I look at less than 145, it is 11. So between 140 and 145, there would have been 7 girls. So we are going to compute the frequency distribution. So frequency less than 140 is a 4. Between 140 and 145 is a difference between these two cumulative frequencies, which is 11 minus 4, which is equal to a 7. Let's run through this exercise for each of these class intervals. 145 to 150 would be 29 minus 11, which is equal to 18. And 150 to 155 is 40 minus 29, which is equal to 11. 155 to 160 is basically 46 minus 40, which is equal to 6. And lastly, between 160 and 165, 51 minus 46, which is equal to a 5. So this is a frequency table for each of these class intervals. Now, how do we find out the median? The formula to compute the median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus Cf divided by f times h. What are each of these things? Right. L is the lower limit of the median class. In this case, we'll identify what the median class is in a minute. N by 2 is basically total number of girls is equal to n is equal to 51, which means n by 2 is equal to 51 by 2, which is 25.5. This is what is going to let us determine which is the class in which the median is going to be there, the median class, right? Look at the cumulative frequency table, the last column, 4, 11. We are interested in finding out where the 25.5th girl is going to be, right? That is n by 2. Up till now, we have reached 11. 11 to 29, all of them are in the class interval 145 to 150. So 25.5 is going to be in this class interval, right? Starting from 11 all the way from to 29 is going to be in the class interval 145 to 150. So 22 is going to be here, 23 is going to be here, 25.5 is going to be here. So the median class for us is basically 145 to 150. The lower limit of the median class is your L, which is equal to 145. N by 2, we have computed it to be equal to at 25.5. Cf is the cumulative frequency of the interval, class interval before that, which happens to be the class interval 140 to 145. The cumulative frequency at that level is equal to 11. F is the frequency of the class interval, which is equal to 18 in our case. H is the height of each class interval, which is essentially 5 for us. We're going to plug in all of these values and compute the value of the median. So this calculation is a little painful, but we nevertheless have to do it, right? We know what each of these terms are. The median class is 145 to 150, right? That's a median class. The lower limit of the median class is 145. That's quite evident. Height of the median class is equal to 5. Cumulative frequency of the class before the median class is 11. This is what the table says. The class, median class is 145 to 150. The class before that is 140 to 145. The cumulative frequency of that class is equal to 11. So the CF for us is equal to 11. The frequency of the median class is equal to 18, right? Again, we'll verify it once in the table. The frequency of the median class, this is the median class, that is equal to an 18, right? So we have all of these terms, we have values for it. Let's compute the median. This is equal to, lower limit is 145 times 25.5 minus cumulative frequency is equal to 11 divided by the frequency of this class is equal to 18 times 5, which is the height of this class interval. So this is equal to 145 plus, right? It's not into 145 plus 25.5 minus 11 is a 14.5. 14.5 into 5, 14 5s are 70, 0.5 into 5 is 2.5. So, this is equal to a 72.5 divided by 18. The calculation seems to be difficult, but not really. 72 by 18 is a 4. Done. Then we have a 0.5 by 18, which is the same as 1 by 36. 1 by 36 is probably a 0.03. So, this is going to be equal to 145 plus 4.03, which is equal to 149.03. That's a median that we'll have to compute, right? So, we know what each of these terms is. This calculation alone, you need to figure a way of doing it. Nothing else works. Do a long division, find the answer, and you're done. Let's move to the second part, where we'll have to find out the mean. Mean is found out using this formula, sigma fx divided by sigma f. Sigma f is basically this number of girls in the class, which is equal to 51. This is sigma f, right? Now, we need to find out the xi's. Xi's are the mean for each of the class intervals, which from here to here is very straightforward. Let's finish that and then look at what it is going to be for the first one. So, 140, 145, the middle value 142.5 is xi for this interval. Here it is 147.5, 152.5, 157.5 and 162.5. Because the class intervals for all classes that we have from the second one is equal to 5, we are going to be finding out the xi for this, thinking of the earlier class interval also to have the same height of 5, which means that xi in this case is going to be equal to 137.5. Frequency into xi will give us fxi. 4 times 137.5, 2 times 137.5 is a 275. So, this is 550. This calculation is a little tiring, so but we have to do it, no other alternative. Second one is 7 times 142.5. 140 into 7, 14 7s are 98. So, 140 into 7 is 980. 7 into 2.5 is 17.5. 980 plus 17.5 is 997.5. 18 into 147.5. Think of this 147.5 as a 150 minus 2.5. 18 into 150 is 2700. 18 into 2.5 is a 45. So, 2700 minus 45 is 2655. Next one, 11 into 152.5. 150 into 11 is basically 1650. 2.5 into 11 is 27.5. 1650 plus 27.5 is 1677.5, right? 1650 plus 27.5. 6 into 157.5. 6 into 150 is easy, 900. 7.5 into 6 is equal to 45. So, 900 plus 45 is equal to 945. One more calculation to do before we add it all up. 5 into 162.5. 16 into 5 is 80. 160 into 5 is 800. 800 plus 12.5 is 812.5. We need to add all of these things, multiple ways of adding it. We always prefer to add the hundreds, tens, and then the units digit and the decimals, right? Let's add only the hundreds, right? 800 plus 700, which is 900, 1700 plus 1600, 3300, 3300 plus 2600 is 5900 plus 900, 6800 plus 500 is 7300, right? 7300, just adding the hundreds and thousands, right? Here 2600, I am thinking of it as 2600. As 16,600, I am thinking of it as a 1600. Let's add the tens. 50 plus 90, 140 plus 50, 190 plus 70, 260 plus 40, 300 plus 10, 310, right? We have added all of the tens. Now add the units and decimals together. Nothing left here. 7.5 plus 5, 12.5 plus 7.5, 20, 25, 25 plus 2.5 is equal to 27.5. Sum total is equal to 7610, 7637.5. This is sigma fx. Sigma fx divided by sigma f. So, 7637.5 divided by 51. I know 150 into 50 is 7500. 150 into 51 is 7650. Whereas we have 7637.5, 12.5 lesser. So, I can think of this as 7650 minus the 12.5 divided by 51. This component is 150. This is approximately 0.25. So, the answer is 149.75, right? These calculations, I am showing you how you could do it differently. There is no harm, you can basically do a long division method and find out the same answer. In the board examination, you are not going to run out of time. You are not writing an objective type entrance examination right now. So, you can do the long division and get to the answer. I just did it differently to show that calculations can be done in a way which we are not typically used to looking at as to how we go about it, right. So, very easy question conceptually. Couple of areas where you need to watch out. You need to create this class interval table. Yes, that's something that you need to know. You need to know the formula to find out the median, and you need to know the formula to find the mean. Mean formula is easy. Median formula, you should write it 5-6 times, and you should solve at least 20 questions to compute the median if the class interval table is given or the cumulative frequency table is given. You need to get familiar with it because this is a definite 5-mark question that you should expect, and you should get it right. Before you leave, I want you to do 2 things. 1, sign up at online.maxtute.com to get started with CBSE Class 10 Math online tuitions. It takes all of 5 minutes and less than 3 steps to get started. And second thing, I want you to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so that you get notified every time a new video is uploaded. Spread the word about this channel to your friends and classmates.